I want to mention a couple of readings I've had over the last couple of years. Anything before 2016 area I can't remember. So anything that I've had readings of before that time, I'm not going to remember because I've forgotten them over the years. But they're not really irrelevant anyway because they've all fallen through, whatever has been predicted. So let's start with a reading I had in 2015, 2016, or in the early days that I moved to Burnham-on-Sea. This lady said that I was going to get in a relationship later on in life. So because I was in a bit of a mood, I did actually say to the clairvoyant, I said I don't take to the older attraction, and I said when I'm in my 40s, I'm not going to be satisfied with a lady that's old, basically. And I thought, considering I've never had anyone in my whole life, and she said, but this person's going to be younger than you, and this son said that this person's going to be someone that's going to give you the chance and let you enjoy life, saying it's not all about age. There's people with many different age gaps, you know. She says she knows people in their 20s that are with people that are, you know, nearly 60. So, you know, she did say it's not too late. That's back then, and even back then they started restricting the age gap, which I've already mentioned when people moan about age gaps. But, I mean, it is possible. 1 in a million people that do allow the age gap. That's true. But I'm just too unlucky to get that. But anyway, she said you're going to start later in life, and she said it's going to be between, say, 2021 and 2023. She said it would definitely be no longer than 2023, but you still have a long time to wait, but it will change. Your life will get better. And she is right about one thing, because she is pinpointing a time period when I moved to Yeovil, which is interesting. But the thing she's got wrong is we're past the year 2023. So as far as girlfriends go, or sexual relationships go, she's made a mistake. Nothing ever came true, and I still have no one to this day. There's a couple of readings I had here and there up until the year of 2019. I've been predicted Gemma, in fact, believe it or not. But like I said, because of this age issue and people not knowing people in person, Seagull's just gone ha ha ha, which is very interesting way it's done that. I've also been predicted someone called Heather or Helen. Again, these are two names that are not true as well. They've fallen through. The clairvoyant made a mistake with that. However, much of the readings that they've given has actually fallen true. So what happens is the build up to the girlfriends come true, what they say, but when you come to the girlfriend part, that doesn't actually come true. What happens then is life takes a negative turn. Things get worse rather than better, or remain the same. It seems to be like that. I've had many readings, especially before 2015, 2016, where this occurred. But like I said, I can't remember any of the readings of the past properly, as I sort of blocked them out of my head because I'm more interested in the newer readings, because all the past readings, except that one specific reading that I always think about, have all fallen through. So just before I moved to Yeovil, I had a couple of phone call clairvoyant readings, and I was wasting my money on phone call clairvoyance quite frequently just to see if my life would get better, you know, because I was sort of my life, but in actual fact it got worse. It got more depressing, more low, can't do anything. And then you've got to take into account the hot sunny days. Well, anyway, I remember one of the clairvoyants saying that your music style is going to change. She says you're not going to be into jungle music anymore. She says when you get this sexy girlfriend come into your life, she said you're going to be into happier music, you're going to be into what your girlfriend likes, your way of life's going to change. But she said you will still get people mistake you as other people like Savannah or threats like that. So she said that will continue, but you won't get it so frequently, and being with this partner, you'll be able to break the circuit of all these problems, because you won't be in this trap all the time. She said when you get this girlfriend, it will break that circuit of problems that are occurring in your direction. But like I said, that girlfriend, whoever she predicted, never came into my life. The bad news is she said you're not going to listen to your jungle music anymore because you're going to be into happier music because you're going to have a partner. Well, I'm not into jungle music anymore at this minute in time, but not for that reason. When I was at my old place, energy weapons or whatever was causing eye problems damaged all my CDs and I had to chuck them out. So yeah, and then I bought some dark ambient as a replacement, so some moodier music. I knew my life was getting worse, and I thought I wanted more dreamy music, more sort of chilled out, dark sounding music to dwell on while I'm not feeling very happy. And what happens between November last year and when I stayed at my dad's in February, March, I noticed all those discs are messed up. And the reason I went to my dad's in that time period is because I was getting intense burning, which was being caused at my place that I'm at now. And here and there, there's eye problems as well, like at my old place. So that really paid off, didn't it, that move to there, really. So I'm not sure how the future's going to stand there, but like I said, when I was at my old place, I had to camp because of it, and the police were quite angry about it. But I was telling the police that they weren't doing anything, that's the problem. And they said they can't. They said there's no evidence. So they said, well, let's get you moved and into where I am now. But I didn't expect it to start there after 2 years. So at the moment it's here and there. So the other thing I want to mention is there's been a couple of clairvoyant readings. Again, I can't remember the names, just a couple of years back, even 2019. They just popped out of my head. But there's been a couple of names that have been predicted. They thought that when I was going to move to Yeovil, they thought that my life was going to improve. They thought no one there knows you. But again, they're wrong. No matter what it is, when I have a reading, there's always the negative stuff that comes true. There's never any positive news, never. In any reading I've had, there's always been downfall right through on every clairvoyant prediction. But even the most accurate clairvoyants, they have actually predicted really, they really have been really good with their predictions without me saying anything. But as soon as we reach the girlfriend area or partner time period, that doesn't occur. What happens is your life goes in the negative direction. It just drops from that time period onwards. So anyway, in 2022 I had another reading, and she said that there's going to be a nice partner for me, and that you're going to be moving by September of 2023, which never came true. And she didn't make it sound like a partner, actually. She made it sound like a friend that's going to move in, or she's going to be next to you when you move from Yeovil, which is going to take period in September of 2023. That wasn't to be. In September 2023 I was actually camping because of the heat wave, and I had an appointment in 2023, and people were kicking off at me and giving me shit, and my life was getting worse, where everyone was kicking off or whatever. Anyway, let's go to this year's clairvoyant readings, shall we? So firstly, to start this year, I've had more people refund me or reject giving me readings than any other year I've paid to have a clairvoyant reading. So that's a good start to start with. Anyway, I can't remember when I had the reading now. I think it was May. It might have been April. It's quite a while ago now. There was a girl, a clairvoyant. I had a phone call. No, that's wrong. Actually, well, no, that's the one I had in Glastonbury, sorry. She predicted I was going to have predicted a girlfriend called Yvonne coming in my life by the month of August 2023. But we're now in August 2023, and she said any communication or any build-up of any relationship was going to be done before that time. So that reading's through. She's made a mistake, she's got it wrong. However, 1 month after that reading, or just under a month later, I decided to have another reading by a different person, and she was saying that this Yvonne that's been predicted for me by that clairvoyant is not going to come true, because the spirits that were communicating with her were giving the message to her to give to the previous people that she was interviewing or giving a clairvoyant reading to. And she accidentally gave me the information that was supposed to go to them to go to me instead of the other person that she gave a reading to. However, the clairvoyant that I saw did say that by the middle of August, or the beginning of August, but somewhere between the beginning and the middle of August of 2024, she said, hang on, that's wrong. She said, no, somewhere between now, currently at that time, or the start of the month, or whenever it was, until roughly the beginning or the middle of August 2024 at the latest, you're going to get someone who's been watching your Facebook or stuff on the internet and saying that has realised how negative your life's been and is going to give you this chance and possibly allow you to have this sexual relationship. And she's going to be a lot younger than you, but she's going to give you that chance. But she said it's going to be but it's definitely going to be before the month of August, maybe the middle of August at the latest, when this lady has contact with me. It's a better way of wording it. But unfortunately, she's not got this true. She gave me no other information really. She said that you need to sort of keep your place tidy. She knows things are bad. She didn't really, to be honest, much of the reading she gave was not really applicable. It's more sort of, apart from that bit of information I'm mentioning now, it's more a case of living your life and how to cope with the struggles. Because she did say there's going to be a lot more problems in your life. There's going to have to be more things that you're going to have to cope with. More people are going to start on you. You're just going to have to accept it. And how to just get around it, just until the time period comes when you've got some happiness in your life. But the problem is that happiness hasn't come into my life. But as I said before, the negative side of the story has come true. So no matter what you do, there's always going to be a negative reading with no good news. And then obviously, you know, they know about all the sort of the robbery of where my stuff was stored. The fact I don't have any of my stuff anymore is sort of, you know, thinking that life changes around, God helps and all the rest of it. But, you know, I've been to church and whatever in the past, up until about a year ago, and before I started falling and changing my beliefs because everything is against me or whatever. No matter what it is, so let's get to the latest clairvoyant reading, because I haven't had a latest clairvoyant reading. Basically, it's just another person that I've contacted to have a reading with, but she refuses to give me a reading, so that's the very latest. So I'm not exactly sure what to say, but as far as readings go, I'm not, well, it's ended up with her having nothing with a life that's negative still.